Good evening, everyone. My name is Randy Schmansky, and I'm the Associate Director of Athletics here at the University of Scranton. We welcome you to our virtual Senior Scholar Athlete Celebration, an event organized to recognize not only the class of 2021, but all of our student athletes here at the university. Normally, this event would take place on campus, but as everyone here tonight knows, we continue to live under unusual circumstances due to the COVID-19 pandemic. It's a pleasure to join everyone tonight, and we hope to recap what has been a difficult but incredible year in our athletics department. Tonight, we will recognize 79 senior student athletes who've been an integral part of the university's athletics program over the past 4 years. This class became part of the University of Scranton community in the fall of 2017. Some of the major highlights for our athletics team since then include 11 NCAA tournament appearances and 9 landmark conference championships, along with numerous individual honors on the conference, regional, and national levels. Now, here to offer a few words to our senior class is Dr. Bobby Davis, Vice President for Student Life at the university. Bobby?
Wells, it's my pleasure to add congratulations for another successful academic year in Scranton athletics. This year was like other years in that we saw individual success, team success, deep postseason runs, and even some NCAA tournament berths. However, as you all know, this year wasn't like every other year. And in the midst of the most challenging times in recent memory, this group of young people banded together to show us what it meant to be a team, to care for a community, and to love one another. And for that, the Scranton community is very grateful. As I was reflecting on this year, I thought about back to January when we were deciding whether or not we could be able to compete this semester. And it was really Father Pillars, our president, who passed away in March, who really said, our students are going to step up here. They're going to do what's right, and they're going to make sure that we do this the way that the Scranton would expect. In fact, one of the last things he did as president was meet with our winter sports teams as they were getting ready to start their seasons. And I remember specifically he said to the women's basketball team, make this opportunity count. Don't let it slip away. And those words, I think, were taken to heart not only by the women's basketball team, but by all of our athletes this year, who really took the opportunity to be successful both in the classroom and in competition. Throughout that, you've shown your dedication to your sport, love for one another, for your teammates and coaches, and your commitment to our community in the way that you've held through tough protocols in order to get the opportunity to compete. So really my message tonight is congratulations, but at the heart of everything we do here at Scranton, it's about gratitude. My gratitude for your willingness to try something new, to fight through hard times and difficult protocols in order to be able to compete, and to be able to do it in a way that set an example for our campus community. So as we celebrate all our student athletes tonight, I want to just make sure that you know our gratitude for the way that you went about it this year, not only for the success you had on the field, but for the example you showed to our campus community and your fellow students. So thank you for a great year. I hope you enjoy your summer, and I look forward to having you back for a more traditional fall season in 2021. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Now it gives me tremendous pleasure to introduce Connor Harding, a senior member of the baseball team, who will offer reflections on being a student athlete here at the University of Scranton.
Prior to my first game at the University of Scranton, I remember Coach Bartoletti saying, "Adversity doesn't build character, it reveals it." When he said that, little did he know what we were in for throughout these past 4 years. No class in Scranton athletics history has faced as much adversity as the class of 2021, yet I don't think any of us would trade it for the world. It's been a crazy journey, but I know that I'll cherish every piece of it for the rest of my life. Before I go any further, there are a few people that I'd like to thank for making this all possible. Even though he's no longer with us, I'd like to start by thanking Father Pillars for everything he did for each student athlete. He played an enormous role in all of our success, and we will truly miss him. Next, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Coach Martin and the athletic department for giving us every opportunity to succeed on the field and in the classroom. They do everything in their power to make this as great an experience as possible, and it doesn't go unnoticed. Similarly, I'd like to thank the coaching staffs of each team. I know that for me personally, Coach Bartoletti did more for me than I could have ever imagined, and I'll be forever grateful. I'll be lucky enough to not only call him a mentor, but a friend for the rest of my life. Most importantly, I'd like to thank each of our parents. None of this would have been possible without their unwavering love and support. I know that for me, the coolest part of this whole journey was being able to enjoy every moment of it with my family. Finally, to all the seniors. It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm lucky to call all of you family for life. I think that we can all agree there's no place like Scranton, and we couldn't have been luckier to call this place home for the past 4 years. Each goodbye has been tougher than the last, and that's a testament to how great the people are here. The memories of championships and losses will end up fading, but the relationships forged here will last forever.
Thanks, Connor. Well said. Now, Director of Athletics Dave Martin will present the 2021 Merit Awards for Academic Excellence.
Thanks, Randy. The Athletics Department Merit Awards have been presented since 1999 to senior student athletes with a cumulative grade point average of at least a 3.5 on a 4.0 scale. Before we introduce this year's Merit Award winners, we would like to let everyone know that any student athlete who is not announced tonight, but his or her GPA rises to a 3.5 or above when you receive your spring grades, please contact us and we will gladly send you your award. Now we are proud to present 39 Merit Awards. Devin Adams, Men's Golf, Finance. Annie Amentler, Field Hockey, Finance. Rebecca Berg, Women's Swimming and Diving, Nursing. Lauren Byrne, Women's Swimming and Diving, Exercise Science. Kira Carmody, Women's Lacrosse, Occupational Therapy. Juliana Karate, Women's Soccer, Community Health Education. Kristen Deniston, Women's Tennis, Biochemistry, Cell and Molecular Biology. Elena Donato, Women's Lacrosse, Biology. Anna Donnelly, Women's Soccer, Occupational Therapy. Maggie Donnelly, Softball, Secondary Education, Mathematics. Megan Dowdell, Softball, Exercise Science. Reagan Dunn, Women's Lacrosse, Operations Management. Andrew Ferrier, Men's Soccer, Economics. Gabriella Fitzpatrick, Women's Track and Field, Journalism. Colleen Gaffney, Women's Lacrosse, Exercise Science. Megan Gallagher, Field Hockey, Exercise Science. Jillian Graham, Volleyball, Occupational Therapy. Shay Guilfoyle, Women's Soccer, Education. Connor Harding, Baseball, Business Administration. Allie Hotchkiss, Softball, Psychology. Emily Kelly, Women's Tennis, Occupational Therapy. Matt Kinback, Men's Cross Country, Men's Track and Field, Kinesiology. Tatiana Klacko, Women's Tennis, Criminal Justice. Bridget Lally, Women's Lacrosse, Community Health Education. Alexis Long, Women's Soccer, Kinesiology. Thomas McAuliffe, Men's Golf, Accounting. Tarkin McGurran, Men's Tennis, Accounting. Zach Mead, Men's Cross Country, Men's Track and Field, Biology. Brian Monahan, men's basketball, business administration. Mackenzie Moret, women's swimming and diving, occupational therapy. Matt Morrow, baseball, business administration. Kindler Norman, volleyball, physics and physical education. Mary Kate O'Sullivan, women's swimming and diving, occupational therapy. Nicole Perello, women's cross country, exercise science. Matthew Pinto, baseball, accounting. Brittany Schumann, field hockey, communications. Kyle Schaefer, wrestling, finance. Erin Taburin, women's soccer, nursing. Tess Ungerleiter, volleyball, exercise science. Megan Zinn, softball, early childhood and primary education. Congratulations to all 39 of our 2021 Merit Award winners.
Thanks, Dave. Now here's Assistant Director of Athletics and Senior Woman Administrator Colleen Pivarato to present the Joe Bochicchio Memorial Awards. Colleen?
Thank you, Randy. The Joe Bochicchio Memorial Awards, which began in 2002, are awarded to the male and female teams with the highest cumulative grade point average during the previous academic year. The late Joe Bochicchio was a native of Scranton who took over the women's soccer team in 1984, 1 year after its founding, and developed it into a nationally recognized program. In 23 seasons, he won 15 conference titles and advanced to the NCAA tournament 11 times. If Joe were here today, he'd be embarrassed by the recognition he received for his coaching record because he wasn't about individual accomplishments. The things that mattered most to him were family, character, dignity, and treating people with respect. He lived his life that way, and all of us who had the pleasure of knowing him are thankful that we crossed his path. The team award is named in his memory. The Joe Bochicchio Memorial Awards go to the women's tennis team with a 3.8 GPA and the men's golf team with a 3.54 GPA. Congratulations to both teams. Now let's send it back to Randy.
Thanks, Colleen. Now to present our first senior award of the evening, the Oker Student Athlete Service Award, let's go back to Dave. Dave?
Thanks, Randy. The Oker Student Athlete Service Award was created to recognize and reward annually a graduating senior student athlete who has served royally the campus and or the greater Scranton community during his or her tenure. This award is a result of Dave and June Oker's incredible generosity through establishing an endowment. Dave was the AD and baseball coach at the university from 1968 through 1974. The recipient of this award will receive a plaque and a $500 cash gift. In the fall, this young lady came forward with an idea focused on raising awareness and educating our coaches, athletic staff, and student athletes on the topics of mental health and multicultural diversity. She did a series of presentations for our staff focusing on mental health, stress and self-care, and multiculturalism and diversity. In addition, in an effort to meet the growing needs and desires of our student athletes, she developed a series of Zoom meetings for student athletes to get together and talk through their concerns and fears in an effort to benefit the mental health of all involved in our program. This year's recipient of the Oker Student Athlete Service Award is Amelia Sharp. Congratulations, Amelia.
Thanks, Dave, and congratulations again, Amelia. Now, throughout the evening, we'll present 3 superlative awards that you in the audience tonight can vote on. For our first superlative award, let's send things back over to Colleen.
Thanks, Randy. The first superlative award of the night is Best Dance Moves. Before we begin the video, we'd just like to thank our student athletes and coaches for getting all these clips to me and allowing us to put this together. So we're going to start the video, and after the video, we're going to do a poll, and you're going to have a chance to vote for what you believe is the best dance move. All right, so it's your turn to vote. You're going to start seeing the polling up on your screen, and you have about 30 seconds to vote for your favorite superlative. Five more seconds. All right, so our favorite dance moves for this year was softball team. Congratulations. We'll be back in a little bit with our best game face.
Thanks, Colleen. Now we'll recognize each senior student athlete by team, starting with our fall sports teams. To introduce those seniors, here's Assistant Sports Information Director Joe Fitzhenry.
Thanks, Randy. We'll now recognize each of our senior student athletes by team. We take great pride in making sure that all of our student athletes are properly recognized. When we introduce each team, I will then read a brief statement about that team's accomplishments. We'll begin with our fall sports teams. First up is head coach Bill Burke, assistant coach Shara Bauman, and our men's and women's cross-country teams. The men's and women's cross-country teams continue to climb the ladder in the Landmark Conference. The men have recorded the top 3 finish at the Landmark Conference Championship in each of the last 3 seasons, while the women's team has finished in the top 4 in 6 of the last 8 seasons, including a 3rd place finish in 2019. 2 members of the women's team earned all conference honors by finishing in the top 10 at the Landmark Championship meet in 2019. Now here are the senior members of the men's team. From Factoryville, Pennsylvania, Matt Kinback. From Montrose, Pennsylvania, Zach Mead. And from East Greenbush, New York, Jack Patwell. And the 2 seniors from the women's team are as follows. From Blue Point, New York, Emily Deonis. And from Staten Island, New York, Nicole Perello. Next up is head coach Colleen Moyer, assistant coach Michelle Steiner, and our field hockey team. This year's senior class helped lead the Royals to the program's first Landmark Conference title and 2nd ever NCAA tournament appearance in 2019. The field hockey program has registered 41 wins over the past 3 seasons and made 3 Landmark Conference playoff appearances, including the aforementioned Landmark Conference title in 2019. The field hockey team also registered 15 victories in 2017, which is the 2nd most in a single season in program history. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the seniors from the field hockey team. From Drums, Pennsylvania, Ania Mentler. From Thorndale, Pennsylvania, Megan Gallagher. From Glenside, Pennsylvania, Christina Motz. From Media, Pennsylvania, Sheila Newby. From Andover, New Jersey, Brittany Schumann. And from Yardley, Pennsylvania, Amelia Sharp. Our next fall sports team is the men's soccer team led by head coach Matt Pivarato. This men's soccer senior class has captured 27 victories over the last 3 seasons and helped the Royals qualify for the Landmark Conference semifinals in 2019 as Scranton won 11-5-2 in the 2019 season and also earned the number 2 seed in the Landmark tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the seniors from the men's soccer team. From Cresco, Pennsylvania, Matt Bullock. From Winona, New Jersey, Jared Corbett. From Bayonne, New Jersey, Andrew Ferrier. From Albany, New York, John McCain. And from Summit, New Jersey, Aiden Thornell. Next up is our women's soccer team led by head coach Colleen Pivarato. The 5 members of this year's women's soccer senior class captured 2 landmark conference titles in their career and also made 3 NCAA tournament appearances. The Royals won an NCAA tournament game in 3 straight seasons, including advancing on penalty kicks against a Center College team that was 21-0 in 2019. Scranton recorded 42 victories over the last 4 seasons and finished 19-2 in landmark conference matches during that time. The group capped off their careers with their Spring 2021 campaign, in which they won 4 matches and did not allow the opposition to score a goal. Let's meet the seniors from the women's soccer team. From Valhalla, New York, Juliana Karate. From Floral Park, New York, Anna Donnelly. From West Nyack, New York, Shay Guilfoyle. From Nyack, New York, Maisie Stiles. From Harleysville, Pennsylvania, Aaron Taburin. And from Wayne, New Jersey, Alexis Long. Our final fall sports team to be recognized tonight is the volleyball program led by head coach Jamie Spangler and assistant coaches Ashley Zalewski and Eric Kramer. Spangler has established the Royals as a consistent threat in the Landmark Conference during his 8 years as head coach, due in part to key contributions from this year's senior class. The class of 2021 made 3 Landmark Conference playoff appearances, captured 69 victories, and set a single-season program record with 35 wins in 2017. Here are the 4 seniors from the women's volleyball team. From Wantagh, New York, Jillian Graham. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Kindler Norman. From Downingtown, Pennsylvania, Regina Schertroma. And from Springboro, Ohio, Tess Ungerleider. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-21 fall sports seniors. I will now send things back over to Colleen, who will present our next superlative video of the evening.
Thanks, Joe. Our next superlative award is Best Game Face. Let's see the candidates. Okay, now it's your time to vote. I'm going to launch the polling for Best Game Face. You have 30 seconds. Ten more seconds. So it looks like our winner was women's swimming and diving. Congratulations. Now we're going to introduce the 2021 Winter Senior Athletes. Here to present is Sports Information Director John Gatto.
Thank you, Murph. And now let's meet the seniors in the winter sports of men's basketball, men's and women's swimming and diving, and wrestling. Our first team to be recognized is men's basketball, led this season by head coach Carl Danzig and assistants Ryan Van Zeltz and Dwight Peterson. Of the 23 intercollegiate programs that the university currently sponsors, men's basketball is the oldest, with records dating back to 1916. Among the program's highlights are 2 national championships in 1976 and 1983, and 2 other Final Four appearances in 1977 and 1988. This year's senior class is added to the program's rich heritage, leading Scranton to a pair of landmark conference championship games in 2020 and 2021. Overall, the program's 3 seniors helped lead the Royals to 64 victories over the last 4 seasons and helped guide Scranton to the landmark conference playoffs 3 times in 4 years. Now let's meet the seniors for men's basketball. From Scranton, Pennsylvania, Logan Bailey. From Florham Park, New Jersey, Brian Monahan. And from Plainview, New York, Jack Stafford. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-21 men's basketball seniors. Now let's recognize the men's and women's swimming and diving seniors who were coached this past season by head coach Chris Brown and assistant coach Jennifer Manley. In their 4 seasons, the seniors on the men's swimming and diving team posted 3 top 3 finishes in the Landmark Conference while posting 20 victories in dual meet competition. The seniors for the women's program, meanwhile, have finished in the top 3 at Landmarks all 4 seasons they've been in the program, placing second twice in 2020 and 2021. They also picked up an impressive 27 dual meet victories during their careers. Let's meet the swimming and diving seniors. First, from the men's team. From Florham Park, New Jersey, John Canella. From Washington Crossing, Pennsylvania, Jack Donnelly. And from Southbury, Connecticut, John Famano. And now here are the seniors from the women's team. From Cherry Hill, New Jersey, Rebecca Berg. From Cranford, New Jersey, Lauren Byrne. From Boiling Springs, Pennsylvania, Mackenzie Morit. From Nyack, New York, Mary Kate O'Sullivan. From Regal Park, New York, Katie Pace. From Stony Point, New York, Kat Ruzzi. From Bradford, Pennsylvania, Kara Webster. And from Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, Maddie Weir. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020-21 swimming and diving seniors. Our final winter sport is wrestling, who was once again led this season by head coach Al Rustamano, along with assistants John Burgett, John Conley, and Greg Banks. The wrestling team has enjoyed a rebirth over the past few seasons, culminating in a school record 18 dual match victories during the 2019-20 season. This year's lone senior was a part of 39 victories, one of the most successful 4-year stretches in program history. The lone senior from the wrestling team from Mayo, New Jersey, Kyle Schaefer. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2020 wrestling senior. Now let's send it back to Colleen to introduce our final superlative award of the evening. Colleen.
Thanks, Sean. Our last superlative is best collision. Let's see the candidates. All right, it's your turn to vote for best collision. Polls open, be open for 30 seconds. Ten seconds left. All right, softball is our winner. Congratulations to softball. I'm going to send it back to John to do our spring sports.
Thank you very much, Colleen. And now we will honor the spring sports in our athletics department. And we will start with the baseball team, which once again was led this season by head coach Mike Bartoletti and his coaching staff. The senior class has established the Royals as a consistent threat in the Landmark Conference with 3 playoff appearances. After falling short of a landmark title in 2018 with a runner-up finish, the Royals captured their very first conference championship on May 23rd, knocking off Elizabethtown 6-3 in Landmark Conference title game during the program's first bid into the NCAA Division III tournament. Overall, this group has led Scranton to 80 victories over the last 4 seasons as well. Now, the senior members of the baseball team. From Hillsdale, New Jersey, Alex DeRosa. From Vestal, New York, Connor Harding. From Eastport, New York, Anthony Lambroya. From Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Matthew Morrow. And from Massapequa, New York, Matthew Pinto. Ladies and gentlemen, the baseball team. Our next spring sports team is our men's golf team, who was once again led this season by head coach Ed Karpovich and assistant coach Carl Danzig. The men's golf program has continued to rise over the last 3 seasons, including 3 straight second-place finishes in the Landmark Conference Championship. The senior class also went a staggering 45-1 in dual contests throughout their careers as well. Let's meet the men's golf seniors. From White House Station, New Jersey, Devin Adams. From Reisterstown, Maryland, Thomas McAuliffe. And from Merrick, New York, Christopher Mullen. Ladies and gentlemen, the men's golf seniors. Next up is the men's lacrosse seniors, led once again this season by head coach Michael Hoffmeister. This year's senior class helped lead the men's lacrosse program to 3 Landmark Conference playoff appearances in 2018, 2019, and 2021. The Royals have tallied a total of 25 victories in the last 4 seasons, including a pair of 10-win campaigns, and have gone 13-5 in Landmark Conference games. Here are the 2021 men's lacrosse seniors. From Chester Springs, Pennsylvania, Brian Dignan. From Franklin, Massachusetts, Ryan Dombrowski. From West Deptford, New Jersey, Shane Fallon. From Malvern, New York, Michael Grant. From Glen Ridge, New Jersey, Chris Harris. From Bridgewater, New Jersey, Jalen Holmes. From South Hempstead, New York, Danny Millay. And from Hillsborough, New Jersey, Colin Purdy. Ladies and gentlemen, your men's lacrosse seniors. We will now honor our women's lacrosse team, led by head coach Chrissy Trescavich. The class of 2021 helped guide the women's lacrosse program to 4 straight Landmark Conference title games, and as the team finished the 2019 season ranked in the top 25 nationally at 20th for the first time in program history. The Royals have captured 39 wins over the last 4 years and posted a program best 16-3 record in 2019. Now let's meet the women's lacrosse seniors. From Bridgewater, New Jersey, Kiara Carmody. From Doylestown, Pennsylvania, Lauren Devlin. From Langhorne, Pennsylvania, Elena Donato. From Wayne, New Jersey, Bridget Doyle. From Freehold, New Jersey, Reagan Dunn. From Highland Mills, New York, Colleen Gaffney. From Baldwinsville, New York, Jill Henson. And from Basking Ridge, New Jersey, Bridget Lally. Ladies and gentlemen, the women's lacrosse seniors. Next up is our softball team, led by head coach Mia Colorino Oscura and assistant coaches Jane Johnson and Justin Stevens. This year's senior class played a key role in the softball program's first ever Landmark Conference Championship in 2019 and the program's 3rd ever NCAA tournament appearances. The Royals totaled 91 victories in the last 4 seasons, including a program record 33 wins in 2018. Scranton also moved on to the Landmark Conference Championship Series in 2018 and 2021, finishing runners-up in each season. Here are our softball seniors. From Wall Township, New Jersey, Casey DeSarno. From New Hyde Park, New York, Maggie Donnelly. From Parlin, New Jersey, Megan Dowdell. From Baldwinsville, New York, Allie Hotchkiss. And from Bridgewater, New Jersey, Megan Zinn. Ladies and gentlemen, the softball seniors. Our next spring sport is head coach Jack Urbano on our men's tennis team. The men's tennis program has emerged as a consistent threat in the Landmark Conference with 3 consecutive playoff appearances and 3 straight berths in the championship match. The Royals have won 33 matches in the last 4 seasons, including a pair of seasons with double-digit victories. The lone senior from the men's tennis team from Clark Summit, Pennsylvania, Targum Bagurin. Ladies and gentlemen, the men's tennis team. Our next spring sport is women's tennis, led once again by head coach Janice Winslow and assistant coach Bruce Campo. This year's senior class guided the Royals to the 2018 Landmark Conference Championship in the second round of the NCAA tournament after a victory over Gwinnett Mercy in the opening round. Scranton also appeared in 2 other Landmark Conference Championship matches in 2019 and 2021. The Royals have tallied 41 victories in the last 3+ years, including a program record 19 wins in 2018. Here are the women's tennis seniors. From Holly, Pennsylvania, Kristen Denniston. From Westchester, Pennsylvania, Emily Kelly. From Scranton, Pennsylvania, Tatiana Klacko. And from Princeton, New Jersey, Lindsay Roberto. Ladies and gentlemen, the women's tennis seniors. The final spring sports teams that will be honored tonight are our men's and women's track and field teams, led by head coach Ryan Pericosi and assistant coaches Bill Burke and Bob Luciano. This year marked the 4th year of competition for the track and field programs, who have registered 5 individual conference titles over the last 4 years. Both the men's and women's teams set numerous program records, and 5 student athletes qualified for the All-Atlantic Region Outdoor Track and Field Championships. Here are the seniors from the men's track and field team. From Factoryville, Pennsylvania, Matt Kimbach, and from Montrose, Pennsylvania, Zach Mead. The seniors from our women's track and field team are from Blue Point, New York, Emily Dionis, and from South Rhinebeck, New Jersey, Gabriella Fitzpatrick. Congratulations to everyone in the class of 2021. We thank you so much for your contributions to your respective programs and to the athletic department as a whole over the last 4 years. And with that, I will now send it to Randy, who will now introduce our major award winners for 2020-21. Randy?
Thanks, John. We're now at the point when we'll present several special awards, starting with the Walensky Award. The Ron Walensky Award is presented to a member of the senior class who has overcome extreme hardship in his or her athletic career and personal life to excel in both athletics and in personal life. This award's been presented since 1993. Before we get to this year's winners, I've got to mention that it's a difficult award for us to not only choose, but to give out every year. Too many of our student athletes have gone through unimaginable hardships, and each of them deserves credit for staying strong through those ordeals. I think Dave Martin said it best a couple years ago when we were discussing nominees, when he said, "I just want to give each of them a hug." This year, we have 2 recipients of the Walensky Award. Our first recipient has had to battle unthinkable hardship, and as a result, he was nominated not only by members of the baseball team, but other student athletes across the Department of Athletics. Earlier this spring, this student athlete tragically lost his younger brother, Vincent, who was born with Charge syndrome and could not hear or see. In this student athlete's time of need, the upperclassmen on the baseball team drove to the funeral to support their teammate and back to campus all in one day. Despite the incredible hardship of losing his brother, this young man's positive spirit never wavered, and he continued to support and encourage his teammates from afar. One teammate really said it best when he said, he was there for his little brother for 18 years, and he's always been there for his teammates and friends over the last 4 years. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 recipient of the Walensky Award is Matthew Pinto of the baseball team. Our second recipient of the Walensky Award has overcome several obstacles in both her playing career and personal life to become a leader for the softball team over the last 4 years. On the field, she had battled both arm injuries and a kidney stone surgery during her freshman and sophomore seasons. Away from the field in 2018, she tragically lost her father, the late Brian Dowdell, after a long battle with a traumatic brain injury. In the season following her father's passing, she raised over $1,000 in his honor. And on the softball field, she went on to earn Landmark Conference Championship MVP accolades after leading the Royals to their first ever Landmark crown in 2019. Over the past 2 seasons, she served as team captain, leading the squad through an unprecedented and shortened 2020 season, then to a 24-7 campaign this past spring when the Royals once again advanced to the Landmark Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 recipient of the Walensky Award is Megan Dowdell of the softball team. Our next award is the Father Fitzpatrick Award, which is presented to a male and female member of the senior class who has shown outstanding leadership, extraordinary service, and special contributions to not only the university community, but to society in general. It's only fitting that this award is named in honor of the late Reverend John Fitzpatrick, a World War II veteran. He joined the Society of Jesus in 1946 and was ordained into the priesthood in 1958. He joined the University of Scranton community in 1965 and served in a variety of roles until his death in 1987. A native of Philadelphia, he was a longtime booster of the athletics department and founded the club football team that was active on campus from 1967 through 1978. He was such a regular at athletic events that it was only appropriate when the university named Fitzpatrick Field in his honor back in 1986. One of the definitions of the university's mission statement declares that as a Catholic and Jesuit university, the University of Scranton will educate men and women for others who are committed to the service and faith and promotion of justice. This award embodies those ideals. This year's recipient of the Fitzpatrick Award has been a 4-year letter winner for the field hockey team, helping the Royals capture their first ever Landmark Conference title in 2019 while playing in 57 career games and making 20 starts. She also served as a team captain during the 2020-21 season. On campus, she serves as a co-president of PRISM, a select group of undergraduate students who have the responsibility of managing a portion of the endowment fund at the university. She has also participated in various mentorship programs through the Business Club, Business Leadership Program, and the Investment Club, where she spent time mentoring younger students in each program. A peer tutor and volunteer at St. Francis of Assisi Kitchen in Scranton, she has also been active in Scranton Student Athlete Advisory Committee, serving as an officer and representing the athletics department at Landmark Conference meetings throughout her career. Academically, she boasts a 3.99 GPA as a finance and economics major, a 4-time NFHCA Scholar of Distinction honoree. She was selected for the Kenya School of Management Business Leadership Honors Program during her sophomore year and has been accepted into both the International Business Honor Society and the Honor Society for Jesuit Colleges and Universities. Our recipient of the 2021 Father Fitzpatrick Award is Annie Amentler of the field hockey team. Congratulations, Annie. We will now present the Carlissimo Awards, which are given annually to the male and female members of the senior class who have demonstrated both academic and athletic excellence. The award is named in honor of the late Pete Carlissimo, former director of athletics and head football, basketball, and cross-country coach here at the university. A native of Newark, New Jersey, Carlissimo was a prominent figure in intercollegiate athletics. He was a teammate of legendary NFL head coach Vince Lombardi on the football team at Fordham University, where he eventually returned and served as director of athletics after his distinguished career here at the university. He was widely recognized for his work in reestablishing the National Invitational Tournament as one of the nation's premier basketball tournaments and was the driving force to start the preseason NIT, which is still regarded by basketball coaches as one of the top preseason tournaments in the country. Many of you may be familiar with his son, PJ, a longtime basketball coach who is currently an analyst for ESPN and a longtime supporter of Scranton athletics. The elder Carlissimo, along with his entire family, represent the ideals of a Jesuit education. We're proud to name these awards in his honor. The female nominees for the 2020-21 Carlissimo Award are, from the women's swimming and diving team, Lauren Byrne. From the field hockey team, Megan Gallagher. From the women's soccer team, Erin Toburn. And from the softball team, Megan Zinn. The female winner of the Carlissimo Award will finish her career as one of the most decorated student athletes in the history of the women's swimming and diving program. A 4-year letter winner, she will end her career with her name etched in both the Scranton and Landmark Conference record books in several events. The 2017-18 Landmark Rookie of the Year, she's a 2-time recipient of the Landmark Conference's Female Swimmer of the Year Award, earning that award in 2019 and 2021. A 16-time Landmark Conference champion at 4 conference championship meets. She made history in the 2020 campaign, qualifying for a spot at the NCAA Division III Championship in the 200 individual medley. Despite the cancellation of the event due to the pandemic, she went on to become the first Scranton swimmer in over 20 years to earn CSCAA All-American accolades, doing so in the 200 individual medley. Currently studying in the university's Doctor of Physical Therapy program, she finished her undergraduate career with a 3.90 GPA as an exercise science major. A two-time landmark academic honor roll recipient, she was named a CSCAA Scholar All-American in 2020 and earned CSCAA Scholar Honorable Mention honors in both 2018 and 2019. A 2019 COSIDA Academic All-District First Team pick, she was named the 2020-21 Senior Scholar Athlete for Women's Swimming and Diving by the Landmark Conference. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2021 female recipient of the Carlissimo Award is Lauren Byrne of the Women's Swimming and Diving Team. Congratulations to Lauren and all of our nominees. And now the male nominees for the 2020 Carlissimo Award. From the baseball team, Connor Harding. From the men's golf team, Thomas McAuliffe. From the men's tennis team, Tarquin McGurran. And from the wrestling team, Kyle Schaefer. The male recipient of the Carlissimo Award has excelled both on the diamond and in the classroom, where he's recorded a 3.96 GPA as a business administration major. In competition, he will go down as one of the best student athletes in the baseball program's history, as he is the university's all-time career leader in triples and ranks 5th in career batting average. A two-time All-Landmark Conference first team selection in 2019 and 2021, he was also named the Landmark's Player of the Year after the 2019 season, all while leading Scranton to 3 Landmark Conference tournament appearances. And just 10 days ago, he helped the Royals win the Landmark Conference title and earn a bid to the NCAA Division III tournament, the first time in Scranton baseball's 76-year history that the Royals won a conference title and reached the NCAA tournament. Meanwhile, he's been named a COSIDA Division III Academic All-American in both 2019 and 2020 after earning COSIDA Academic All-District First Team accolades in each season. I would also add that COSIDA has not yet announced the Spring Academic All-Americans for this season. A member of the Landmark Conference Academic Honor Roll in both 2019 and 2020, he has been named to the university's Dean's List 6 times throughout his academic career, and earlier today was named the Landmark Conference's Senior Scholar Athlete for baseball. The 2021 male recipient of the Carlissimo Award is Connor Harding of the baseball team. Congratulations to Connor and all of our nominees. The last awards that we will present tonight are the O'Hara Awards, which are given annually to the top male and female athletes of the senior class. The university has been blessed with many talented people since its founding as St. Thomas College in 1888. A name that stands out among them all, however, is Frank O'Hara, a 1925 graduate who diligently served the needs of students, faculty, and staff for more than 52 years in his roles as registrar, Director of Alumni Relations, and Acting President. Mr. O'Hara, pass.
All right, everybody. It looks like Randy got bounced off there, so I'm going to pick up his part where it was at. And so we will just bear with us here for a second when we get back to where he was in the script, and then we'll continue the show. So just bear with us for a second.
All right, gang, I'm going to pinch hit for the pinch hitter. Affectionately known as Mr. University of Scranton, Frank O'Hara has a building named after him on campus, and the Office of Alumni Relations Most Distinguished Awards are also named in his honor. The athletics department has been granting the O'Hara Award to its top male athlete of the senior class since 1970 and to its top female athlete since 1979. And now the female nominees for the 2021 O'Hara Award. From the women's swimming and diving team, Lauren Byrne. From the women's lacrosse team, Jill Henson. From the field hockey team, Christina Motz. From the women's soccer team, Erin Taburin. And from the softball team, Megan Zinn. This year's female winner led a climb to the top of the landmark conference for the softball program over the last 4 years and will go down as one of the program's most accomplished student athletes ever. A 5-year letter winner, she helped the Royals win over 100 games in her career, advance to 3 landmark conference championship series, and win the program's first landmark conference crown in 2019. She finishes her career as the Royals' all-time career leader in at-bats, hits, runs, and doubles. A career .396 hitter, she was named to the All-Landmark Conference first team 3 times, the All-Landmark Conference second team once, and has been an NFCA All-Region selection in both 2019 and 2021. At the conclusion of the 2019 season, she was named an NFCA third-team All-American, becoming just the second student athlete in the history of the program to earn that honor. An outstanding student, she's a 3-time COSIDA Academic All-District selection, and in both 2019 and 2020 was named to the COSIDA Academic All-American team as well. And on Monday, she was named the 2021 Landmark Conference Senior Scholar Athlete of the Year for softball. Ladies and gentlemen, the female recipient of the 2021 O'Hara Award is Megan Zinn. Congratulations to all of our nominees, and congratulations, Megan. And finally, the male nominees for the 2020 O'Hara Award are, from men's basketball, Logan Bailey. From men's swimming and diving, Jack Donnelly. From baseball, Connor Harding. And from men's tennis, Tarkin McGurran. This year's male recipient of the O'Hara Award, like our female recipient, has led his program to unprecedented heights during his time at Scranton. A career .396 hitter, he has led the baseball program to 60 victories over the last 4 seasons and to the Landmark Conference playoffs 3 times. The Royals advanced to the championship round in both 2018 and 2021, where they captured their first conference crown with a 6-3 win over Elizabethtown last Sunday at Volpe Field. For his outstanding play on the diamond, he has earned several accolades. He was named to the D3Baseball.com All-American team after the 2019 season after earning all region accolades from the same organization. He was also selected to the ABCA Rawlings All Mid-Atlantic Region second team after the 2019 campaign, in which he recorded a remarkable .464 batting average, the third highest mark in Scranton history, while setting program records with 70 hits and 9 triples. Ladies and gentlemen, the male recipient of the 2021 O'Hara Award is Connor Harding. Congratulations to all of our nominees and to Connor. I would be remiss if I didn't offer some thank yous at this point. So much has gone into this year, and so much has gone into this evening that there are really a number of people that I need to thank. So please bear with me as I do that now. I would first like to thank John Gatto and Joe Fitzhenry, our crack sports information staff, not only for putting together the program tonight, but what they did this spring was unbelievable. We played 20 sports in a matter of 4 months. And these guys didn't miss a beat, and we had coverage and web streaming and live stats, and they did yeoman's work. So gentlemen, thank you. I know I speak for all of us when I say thank you for the job that you did this spring. I'd like to thank all of our head coaches and our assistant coaches for being so committed to our student athletes. Again, we would not have gotten through this year without the help of our head coaches in terms of just being able to navigate through this pandemic and do what was right. I know that the goal of every one of our staff members, and especially our head coaches, was to find a way to get our student athletes back on the playing field, back in the pool, back on the court, and be able to compete. It would not have been possible without the support and the efforts of all of our coaches. So thank you to those folks. Special thanks to our athletic training staff. I can't imagine having to navigate through a pandemic with anyone else. The three folks that we have in our athletic training staff were relentless. They worked tireless hours. Mike Schweitzer, Paul Sweeney, Abby Smith, they were involved with the testing. They were involved with the return to play protocols for COVID, return to play protocols for concussions, just the number of hours that they logged this spring, again, unbelievable. So thank you to our athletic training. I'd like to thank Eric Eckenrode, our Executive Director of Athletic Development, who continues to do a great job in helping us raise money to be able to afford and give all of you the transformative experience that we're trying to deliver to you. Dave Zurich, our Faculty Athletics Representative. I'd like to thank all of our faculty mentors who were involved this year in again, what was a unique and most challenging year. I'd like to thank the voice of the Royals. I hope he's tuning in tonight. Dean Corwin and his sidekick, Dr. Harry Dammer. Dean stepped out of his comfort zone and not only did basketball, but picked up some other sports as well for us this spring. I'd like to thank our administration. We're very fortunate that we have an administration here at the university that understands the role that athletics plays on a campus like ours. And they were very supportive. And Dr. Davis mentioned it earlier. We would not have gotten back to playing had it not been for the leadership of Father Pillars throughout this pandemic. So special thanks to Father Pillars, to Dr. Jeff Gingrich, who served as our intern president, Dr. Bobby Davis, Lauren Rivera, our Dean of Students, and our entire administration for their continued support. Finally, I'd like to thank our administrative team in athletics, Steve Klingman, Colleen Pivorato, Aaron McGuire, and Randy Szymanski, all so valuable. They all care so much. And again, do a great job year in, year out. But this year, with everything that was thrown at them, they never balked. They stepped up, and we were able to deliver the kind of year that it wasn't perfect, but I think we made the most of a tough situation. And finally, I would like to thank all of you, and especially our senior student athletes. You heard some of the stories tonight, but every one of us has a story. every one of you listening tonight has their own story. And throughout this year, I've been blessed to learn some of these stories. What many of you have had to overcome to get to this point in your careers is absolutely amazing and inspiring. Injury, sickness, passing of loved ones, academic hardship, 6 a.m. practices, giving up breaks, and finally everyone having to deal with this pandemic. But with all of that said, you've made it, you persevered, you continued to battle and fight, not get down, not give in, and you have made it. We talked in our Royal Way programming earlier this year about winning the weight, and I can honestly say that you all have won the weight. We won the weight. While this year has been difficult in so many ways, it has also been extremely rewarding, and one that I'm sure none of us will ever forget. Congratulations to all of our award winners this evening. Congratulations to our graduates. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you for all that you've done for Scranton Athletics and for our university. I thank all of you for joining us here tonight. And please remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, we are Royals. Go Royals. Thank you.
up, and that will do it.